Right, hello and welcome back to another episode of Cars and Engineering. This is part 2 of the coilover install, so stay tuned. Right, so as I said in the intro, this is part 2. These are the front coilovers. They will be going on front of the car. So I need to unbolt the wheels or untie the wheels, jack the car up, get some amp stands underneath it, take the wheels off and get to it. Now you notice that the fronts are obviously different from the backs. These are a McPherson strut setup. We have a drop link down to the front anti-roll bar. That's from factory. This is factory as well, that's staying. So to get these out, I need to undo this, the drop mount. I need to undo this big pinch bolt using this specialist socket. It is a 14mm. I believe it's like called a rib or a ribe socket. Sat there. I think that's a 19mm there. I have got new ones of these and I've got new top mount bolts as well, but the BC coilovers come with a stud and nut kit on for the top, so I don't need them. I just need this bottom pinch bolt. So I'm going to start by removing all of these ABS wires and brake lines and whatnot, get rid of the drop link on both sides, get it out of the way, and then I can start to actually get the strut out. Hopefully this should be quicker than the rear because it's one complete unit. And obviously, as you can see as well, 150,000 miles have taken their toll on the factory suspension. So yeah, nothing to it really, just to get started. These are the top bolts in the engine bay. I have used some WD-40 on these already, so they should be easy to come out. I think they're 13mm, they shouldn't be too difficult, but these will be like the last things to take out. In here is the old top mount. Don't need to worry about any of that because I've got solid ones on the new coilovers. So first things first, got to take off the drop link. Right, so that is the drop link out of the way. Just going to put it over there to the side for now, and I'm going to just loosely thread this bolt back on so it doesn't go missing. Now I need to just pop all these clips off to get these brake lines and whatnot out of the way. This is the ABS sensor, well, the ABS sensor wire. Get out of the way. Pop this off here. I need a bit of persuasion. By persuasion I mean gently use a screwdriver. By gently use a screwdriver I mean use a hammer with it. Now, actually looking close at it, I don't actually have to take this off. To take the ABS line off and the actual drop link, or the ABS control wire, I don't actually need to touch any of the brake line components itself. And pretty good because that is rutted solid, this little like P-clip or circlippy sort of thing. So I literally have to crack this back nut off and then drop the suspension down, and then I should be able to actually take the strut out as a complete unit. So let's do that. Now I might get away with using a gun for this, so yeah, it's got me most of the way there. I think the breaker will be needed for the rest of it. Right, so as you can see, that is now loose and the pinch bolt is out. You can see how old it is now, wrecked it is. I've got some new ones, as I've said before, so that's pretty good. That's out. I can now try and move it out of the hub. So you get the ABS wire completely out of the way, don't want to break that. Once it's out of the way, I can undo the top three at the top, and it's pretty much pulling the actual strut itself out. Right, so to get the tower off, I'm going to have to spray it with WD-42, loosen off a little bit. While that's loosening itself up, I'm going to go and undo the other side off camera. Now, I've used this old screwdriver to open up the pinch. It's like a clasp, and the pinch bolt pinches it together. I've opened it up, put WD-40 down it, and now I'm hammering the hub down so the strut can come out. Right, so I'm going to break off these 30 mils. Hopefully it should give the strut a bit more freedom to move underneath. Right, so last time I spoke to you, all of this was connected to the actual hub itself. I've had to remove everything because that was rusty as hell. I've had to remove the drive shaft, but I've got another drive shaft bolt to put on. I've had to remove the actual tracking arm itself. I've had to rest the entire hub assembly on a jack so I can make it go up and down. This is still bolted in at the top. I literally just need to be very careful of all of these lines. Take the three 13mm bolts off at the top. Pull the strut out, literally clean, have a little clean up, put the new strut in, bolt everything back up, and then it's onto the other side. And that is the old strut out. Right, I'm going to use some brake cleaner to have a little clean up here. I've still got my pin in here to keep the actual opening open so that it will be easier to put the new strut in. Need to clean up here as well. There's not much to it, you just got to take apart the entire front assembly. Here's the new strut itself. That's where the drop link will attach to. You've got to make sure it looks all the right round. It says FR on it, which is front right. It's got a little dowel to locate in here. So I'm going to have to be very careful not to hit the actual strut itself because I don't want to be damaging my brand new strut. And I've got to be very careful of not putting it on with the nuts on the studs. They need to come off. Put them somewhere safe, don't lose them. I need to locate this, I'd say up here first. And then I'm going to come down into the hub. Just like that. Literally, this is as easy as that. It's silly really how easy it is once you've struggled for an hour and a half. But literally, I can now need someone get that out, which is going to be fun. But we'll worry about that in a minute. For now, I want to get this up and secured in place more or less, so then it's literally popping the bottom on. Right, so as you can see, the strut and most of the actual components are back on now, except for this toe or tracking arm just off the camera. You can't really see it. But this is the old pinch bolt that came out. Got a brand new one here. This is going to have a little bit of what's the word? This is going to have a little bit of copper slip on it again, and a little bit of Loctite, just to make sure it doesn't move at all, because obviously the engine just the other side of that bulkhead, and this, you really don't want this coming undone. It's going to be copper along here and on this face here, and then here's going to be where the Loctite is, so the nut will be locked, and all of this, if it traps water, it will hopefully stop it from going rusty and being a nightmare to remove. Hopefully these never have to be removed again, but worse things have happened. So I'm going to put this in so it don't drop anywhere or go anywhere, and then start doing everything back up. Right, here's a bolt. It has been copper slipped with a hair. It's going to have a little bit of Loctite on the end. Again, it's just as precaution to make sure it's never going to come undone. If it does, the only time it will come undone is when you want it to. It's not going to be a lot of Loctite, it's only going to be some blue, but this should stop it from rusting into the hub again. So that's where it pops out. Like I said, just a little bit of blue Loctite. You don't want loads on it. So that's going to be in there for a minute. I'm going to start getting everything else sort of bolted up as best I can, and then we can start tightening stuff up. Again, I'm going to use some copper grease on this. You can see where it's corroded a little bit anyway. This is the actual drop link itself for the anti-roll bar, or the front anti-roll bar. So you don't want that seizing up on you. That goes through there. That goes on there, ready to be tightened up. Right, so that is everything bolted back up. I just need to torque everything up. And other than that, this is the front strut installed. I'm going to go and do the other one off camera. If there's anything interesting, I'll add it into this video. But as always, thank you for watching. Please like, please subscribe, and I'll hopefully see you next one. Take care.